And Mike Evans also remains out as he deals with a hamstring injury. That's a tough 1-2 punch for the Bucs. One of the things to watch for as the Bucs travel to Seattle, how Baker Mayfield's deep ball matches up with that Hawks secondary. Mayfield has 5 passing touchdowns on throws of at least 20 yards downfield this season. That does lead the NFL. The Hawks defense has not allowed a touchdown all season on those throws. And to boot, they have 2 picks. So how do you see this going for the Hawks defense against that banged up Bucs offense, Swagoo?
Yeah, listen, I think this is a big concern, and Bucky Irvin not being in this game gives me a lot of contention when it comes to that front from Seattle. They did a tremendous job against Arizona with getting Kyler Murray on the field, and Mike McDaniel has been really good about has been really good about finding his opportunities to rush and also get Leonard Williams in situations where you can either isolate or have him be a part of the game, as you see here. This is late in the game against Kyler Murray. You see the double linebacker, double C gap pressure, and they take away what's in the secondary. It goes along with what you said, Hannah. They're not giving up big plays, and they're keeping everything in front of them, and that rush is really going to be a problem. I thought Bucky Irving would alleviate some of that for Baker Mayfield. Baker has done a good job with his legs getting out of pressure at times, and also Bucky Irving has kind of been the answer to that, especially late last week in that game. You saw them start to get him the ball in the passing game, and he was able to make moves after the catch. But I'm concerned about the Buccaneers this week, especially with this front from Seattle and him not having those easy outlets to turn yards out.
Yeah, so for Tampa Bay to play well, they got to win the math game. And Mark is talking about those pressures, and it's really from Seattle's simulated pressures. And the big thing for Tampa, and this is for everybody going against this defense, is like, yes, you want to make sure that in protection you have a guy for a guy. The big thing is you don't want to have 2 guys for a guy or 3 guys for a guy, because the problem with these simulated pressures, for everyone to understand, is they're really only rushing 4 guys. And so they still have 7 in coverage. And what happens is offenses waste people in protection. So you'll get a tight end and a tackle and a guard blocking 1 person. And a back and a tackle blocking 1 person. And the reality is, yes, you want to make sure that you're good in your protection, but you really need that tight end in your back to get out, because they're playing zone coverage in the back. They're trying to make sure that they don't give you the throws downfield. And they're also, with those simulated pressures, taking away the short throw, the check down. And so as a quarterback, you're sitting there. There's 7 guys in coverage. You only got 3 people to throw the ball to. And those backs and tight ends aren't blocking anybody. And so, yes, you want a guy for a guy. Don't waste people. So the math part is going to have to be huge for Tampa.
Yeah, listen, we talked on Monday, too, about Seattle, about how much we like this team on both sides of the ball. And, Mina, what Sam Darnold has been able to come in there and do. So what would you like to see from him against that Todd Bowles defense?
Like to see him come out throwing. Through the first month of this season, Seattle runs the ball at the 2nd highest rate in football on first down. You know what Clint Kubiak wants to do: get under center, outside zone, run game, play action off of that. Problem is, Tampa has a fantastic run defense. And if they get to 3rd down, they have the 5th best pass defense in the NFL. On first down, they're 26th against the pass in EPA per play. And, as you saw earlier, they're coming into this game down several starting cornerbacks. I think it would be a mistake to go with a run-heavy approach on early downs in this game, and then you're suddenly in 3rd and long because you ran into a brick wall. Going to have to plan for some early down pressures. Bowles is going to throw those at you. But I think Seattle is definitely capable of beating Tampa through the air, but it's got to start on early downs. They cannot wait till 3rd down.
Yeah, let's take a look at our picks. And I think Bucky Irving, I know for me, kind of threw me over the top there. We are...
Totally.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Mina. We gonged the Seahawks. I know.
Look at Dan.
Dan, just look at Dan's final score, and I just want you to know you're going to see that over and over and over today, because Dan is too lazy to pick the
score of the
points.
game, I would be having a very different job. Okay, I can't guess the score.
Absolutely.
This is the only matchup this weekend, by the way, between teams with winning records up to kick off. We have breaking news here on NFL Live, and we are saddened to report the sudden death of Super Bowl champion Arthur Jones, Ravens' former defensive end and the brother of former NFL star Chandler Jones and former UFC champion John Jones. Ravens GM Eric DeCosta released a statement that read in part, "We are terribly saddened to learn of Arthur Jones' sudden passing. His big, bright smile, infectious energy, eternal positivity created a presence that continuously uplifted others, always displaying a love for family, teammates, and friends." And Marcus, I know that he was a teammate of yours in Baltimore. What can you share about Arthur?
Hannah, Art was, Eric DeCosta summed it up. He was a ball of energy, fun, loved being around him. I'll never forget, I was fishing on Lake Louisville when I got a call from Ozzie Newsome about the potential of going and playing for the Ravens. And one of the conversations that I had with Ozzie when I was trying to make the decision whether I was going to retire or go play football, Ozzie was telling me, I got some young guys that I think are really good, and I would love for you to come in along with Chris Canty and be mentors, but also, you know, play and show these guys how to be professionals. And Arthur Jones was one of those guys that was always around me. We always talked. We had fun. We laughed. I just gravitated to him because of his infectious personality. And then to go on and play well and get a contract. And we stayed in contact over the years. Every once in a while, he would call me and congratulate me about my daughter. I would tell him his beautiful family and how proud I was of him and all of the things that were transpiring. And it's just one of those moments where it cracks you a little bit, man. And you think about the times that you have with these players and the fun that you have playing football, and then real life hits you in this instance. And I know Arthur has a very supportive family. They were always a close-knit group along with his brother John and Chandler. So I know that there's a lot of support for Arthur's immediate family, his wife and his kids. But I just wanted to send my condolences to his family and also remember my teammate and who became a friend while I was in Baltimore. Rest well, my brother. Will be missed tremendously. And Eric DeCosta summed it up. A ball of energy and always was a pleasure to be around.
Yeah, Arthur Jones, dead at just 39 years old. And on behalf of all of us here at NFL Live, our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and all of those who loved Arthur Jones. NFL Live will return after this.